I went to Stratford, and myself and three other little African-American girls integrated the school. And my best friend in 5th and 6th grade, she was a little Caucasian girl, and she would cry every day of our last month at school before we went to Stratford as a 7th grader. And I would say, "Mary, what's wrong?" And she said, "My daddy said that you can't go to Stratford because of your color." Asked my dad, he said, "You can go anywhere you want to go." And I went, and it wasn't a pleasant experience in terms of how we were treated, but it was pleasant in terms of they said I couldn't, and I did. And I knew the Lord was with me. Hatred is a learned behavior. It's not a natural instinct. You're not born and you naturally hate anybody. It's a learned behavior. I studied hate, and I know what hate is. I know what it looks like. I know what it feels like to be exposed to it. But Martin Luther King said, "Darkness cannot cast out darkness. Only light can cast out darkness." And I've always wanted to be that light on the hill. It is important for people to know the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, because for me, at the core of it, if you don't know your rights, how can you expound on them? And if you don't know your rights, and your rights are just, you know your value when you know your rights. My daddy told me, "You have a right to go there." This is something that was the greatest declaration, I think, along with the others, but it just was just so instrumental, because it disseminates what dignity looks like and how we're to see ourselves and treat each other. Because if you don't know that, you can't expound on that. It's not a useful tool. If you got a box with those 30 rights in that box, and if you don't explore those rights, what good are they? So I think in terms of respecting others, respecting yourself, fighting for what you know you deserve, it's just such a mantra that everybody should be aware of. And if you're not aware of, you're denying yourself. I would like to change the world in a way that love abounds, okay? And I would like for the people to understand hate and to cast out fear, because I really think that fear is at its core, it leads to hate, because people fear things that they truly don't understand. And I tell people when I go into settings, when I was on the council, I said, "I don't want to offend anybody, but this is just who I am." And I stand up and I talk about God, and the younger women say, "Miss Haywood, you can't always be talking about God." I said, "I won't do it until the next time I stand up." But I just feel like that no matter where you are, you can be an invalid, you can be whatever it is that you are, and you can just make a difference just wherever you are. You just have to want to.